in our community through the work of the Directorate of Student Affairs. This morning, the conversation which we had 6 months ago has reached an apex, and I wish to express thanks to the KNUST team for working with the Meatless Monday Ghana team for us to witness what we see today. The teams will be introduced later. I also wish to express my gratitude to each one of you for joining us to launch this initiative. Your presence here demonstrates your commitment to a healthier, more sustainable lifestyles, and we are excited to have you on board. The purpose of today's event, therefore, is to introduce our Meatless Monday program, which is a joint effort between the Ghana Initiative and then KNUST, which aims to promote the incorporation of plant-based eating in our diet plan at least once a week, with the aim of reducing environmental footprints. So the reduction of environmental footprints is in my forte, really. The process of rearing or raising wildlife comes with the emission of methane and other emissions as a result of their digestion, their feeding and digestion. And any compounds, organic compounds, now let me boast a bit about my field, that have methane and other compounds have the effect on the environment in terms of ozone depletion leading to global warming and all the jargons that you hear about regarding climate change. So it's not just about you eating meat, but it's also the production will contribute to environmental issues. And again, so you abstaining from that contributes to good health, but then also in essence, when we reduce spaces where these are produced, then we are reducing the environmental footprints, which eventually will affect all of us. They don't have boundaries. Emissions released here, repercussions can be elsewhere. So these are things that are desperately necessary for all of us to bear in mind. So as we reduce environmental footprint or carbon footprint, the essence is also to improve individual health when we choose to eat right, and the overall health of our university community. The goal, therefore, is to create a supportive community that encourages and inspires each other to make a positive change in our diets and lifestyles. Before I resume my seat, I'd like to thank our partners, Meatless Monday Ghana, for choosing KNUST, for choosing us to be part of this global initiative. It is a hope that after this gathering, we will all become ambassadors of healthy eating, since a healthy mind can only reside comfortably in a healthy body. Thank you, and welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed with our program, it is very important that we make our events very engaging as possible. So we are going to take a while to give the opportunity to all participants to do self-introduction. So I'll come around with a microphone, or if there is any down there, we can use it. But if there is not, I'll come around with a microphone so that we can have self-introduction from the various participants.
Hello, good morning. I'm Emmanuel Fiagbe, the leader of the Meatless Monday Ghana team.
I'm Professor Ben Emikpe, the Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine, representing the Provost of College of Health Sciences.
Professor Mariana Santuan-Kansa, Director of Student Affairs, KNUST.
I am Rabbi Darko, counseling psychologist with KNUST Counseling Center and a member of the KNUST Wellness Committee. Thank you.
I'm Professor Akutuya Omari Sasu, a senior tutor at the Directorate of Student Affairs, and I'm going to be the chair for the KNUST team on Meatless Monday.
Please, I'm Regina Rachel Wilson, KNUST Hospital, Chief Nursing Officer.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nanikia Broka. I'm a medical officer with the KNUST Hospital and also a wellness community member.
Braco Befi Bible from Silver Lobster Hospitality and Management Services.
Lamte Kwekwa Bednego, MP for Bomso Ainsa constituency.
I am Gilbert Kongwe Langu, Councillor at KNUST Counseling Center.
I'm Joan Suribao, Clinical Health Psychologist, KNUST Counseling Center.
Okay, Abdurrahman Yakubu, Teaching Assistant for the Dean of Veterinary Medicine.
I am Oponkeja Simon, SRC Welfare Commissioner.
I am Na Okai, a personnel from the URO KNUST.
I am Ramses Kwesi Etsubondi, the local NOX president.
I'm Collins Efri Apia. I'm a dietitian and also a lecturer in the Department of Biochemistry, College of Science. Thank you.
Dr. Mary Amwako. I'm also from the Department of Biochemistry, registered dietitian, and I'm also with the Wellness Center. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. My name is Andy Amenyo Upata, and I'm a pharmacist and I'm a program officer with the Communication Initiatives for Change. Thank you.
My name is William Evans, also a program officer working for Meatless Monday, Ghana. Thank you.
My name is Sambot Cheche, Chief Driver from Meatless Monday, Accra.
Permits me to round this up with mine. I'm called Ebenezer Kofi Brown, and by the grace of God, I am KNUST SRC PRO. As part of the events today, we are going to have a very insightful presentation from Mr. Emmanuel Fiagbe, who is the Executive Director for CICMM Ghana. And is going to, the whole presentation is going to be titled The Meatless Monday Campaign. The video comes first, okay. Okay, all right. Before Mr. Fiagbe gives us the presentation, we are going to have Shorts video interlude, which is Meatless Monday Wake Up. So,
Wakey, wakey! What day is it?
It's Meatless Monday!
That's right, it's Meatless Monday.
We go meatless all day on Monday.
That means for your breakfast,
we go plant-based.
I enjoy Hausa cocoa and kose. Cocoa drink with bread and vegetables. Yay!
Ekwegbemi, meatless. For lunch and dinner,
As long as it is
meatless. Wow. Yes, make every Monday a meatless Monday. Eating excessive amounts of red meat and processed meat can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, gout, kidney stones, obesity, and other related ailments. Stay away from red meat at least one day in a week for a healthier life.
make a date every Monday to go meatless.
Join the Meatless Monday movement. Save your life, save the environment.
Like I said earlier on, we are going to welcome Mr. Emmanuel Fiagbe, who is going to give us a presentation on the Meatless Monday campaign. So with a round of applause, let us welcome Mr. Emmanuel Fiagbe.
Prof. Marian, the Dean of Students, or the Director of Students, the Wobbly Chairman of the Meatless Monday KNUST coordinating team, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It's a pleasant opportunity for us from the Communication Initiatives team and the Meatless Monday team. I feel better when my hands are free. Yeah. We really appreciate the opportunity offered to the Meatless Monday campaign to reach KNUST. We consider this as one of the moments when we respond positively to our mother organization's plan for the youth of the world. Youth activities form a major part of the Meatless Monday campaign as prescribed by our sponsors. Permit me to say that this organization is a university-based organization. The program is coming from the Center for Livable Future of the Johns Hopkins University based in Baltimore, and also the Center for Communication Programs of the same university based in Baltimore, USA. And the CIC, the organization that I now represent, is a sister organization to the Center for Communication Programs of the Johns Hopkins University. I must introduce myself in a way for you to know that for many years I served as country director for Johns Hopkins University in Ghana and also in Zambia, and also directed programs in Tanzania, in Kenya, even in Mali, Francophone Mali, and others. So ladies and gentlemen, we present to you this morning what the Meatless Monday campaign is. The outline for my presentation goes this way. First, we shall try to examine what Meatless Monday is and how it started at all. Then we will try to answer the question whether red meat is the true guilty agent for unhealthy eating. We will move on from there. Why Monday and not Saturday or Sunday or Tuesday? Why Monday? Meatless Monday. Why not Meatless Wednesday? We will try to give a scientific basis for that also. Then, Ghana became part of this program in 2023. Ghana and Indonesia were brought on board the same time. This program has been on in many other countries all over the world. But does Ghana really need a Meatless Monday program? We'll try to answer that. But if not meat on Monday, then what is there for me? That is the question many people have asked us. So we'll tell you how we are responding to that. Then what are the benefits of practicing Meatless Mondays? And then we'll conclude with the planned activities that the Meatless Monday program will be supporting with KNUST. So let us just roll on now. Meatless Monday is a global movement that enables people to make positive changes in their diet and their lives simply by choosing not to eat meat one day in a week. It is, in fact, a public health initiative that seeks to reduce certain preventable diseases, especially diabetes, cardiovascular diseases or heart diseases, stroke, kidney stones, obesity, and certain cancers. But how did it all start? During the First and the Second World Wars, the US government called on all citizens to take a break from staples such as meat, wheat, sugar, and other food items. Their main reason was to preserve some of those items for the soldiers at the war front. In fact, in those days, wheat had its day on Wednesday, and therefore they had Wheatless Wednesday. Inspired by this activity, which was observed during the First and the Second World Wars, an advertising executive and a public health advocate, Mr. Sid Lerner, in 2003, conceived the idea of Meatless Monday. And so in that year, Sid Lerner teamed up with Johns Hopkins University Center for a Livable Future to create Meatless Monday. The concept, as I said earlier, is being implemented in over 40 countries in various formats by interested individuals, organizations, and institutions. These were all motivated by three facts. One appears to one situation as he or she sees it. The first is that the benefit that one derives from practicing Meatless Monday relates to a reduction of non-communicable diseases. The second one being that it addresses environmental concerns, a lot of which Madam Prof. Mariam has already mentioned to you. In fact, from today, we are declaring Prof. Mariam as a special resource person for Meatless Monday. And I will communicate that with our sponsors back in Johns Hopkins, that we've got an ally here in KNUST who is a very, very much specialist in that field. And the third one is for the protection of animals. In fact, once upon a time, I was leading a program in Zambia. And any time that I traveled from Lusaka towards Solwezi, we passed through the Zambian National Park. And you will see antelopes jumping across the road. You may even see elephants all moving along freely. But when I see those antelopes, I tell them, you are lucky to be here in this country. Come to Ghana. You end up in our fufu pots. This is the case. They protect the animals. In fact, in China, Meatless Monday is based upon animal welfare, and is based in Wuhan, where COVID-19 was supposed to have originated from. But in Ghana, we have chosen the benefit one. That is the protection of our population against non-communicable diseases, because this disease has become a threat to all of us now, young and old. 45% of all-cause mortality in Ghana is now due to 3 of these non-communicable diseases: heart diseases, diabetes, and stroke. They are the champion killers in Ghana today. And if we have the means of protecting ourselves, let us grab it. With this, I would like us to step back into history a little bit. Here is somebody, an old man whom I think almost everybody here has met during his studies in mathematics at the secondary school. Pythagoras. His theory, is there anybody here who can tell us his theory? The Pythagoras theory. The square of, yes, you know it, you know it. So that is the man I want to talk about. As far back as the 4th and the 5th century in Greece, it was observed that when people eat a certain type of beans, which is very popular in the Mediterranean region at that time, they call it fava beans, they contracted a certain genetic condition that manifests itself as hemolytic anemia. But in fact, the people of Greece at that time thought that it is because beans contains the souls of dead humans. That is why when you ate that beans or you walked through the farms of that beans, you contracted that disease. And so upon observation of that, Pythagoras banned his students from eating beans. We know of other situations in which some of these philosophers did not eat beans on Fridays. And we also know of some of our churches where we don't eat meat on Fridays, and also especially during Lent. Those of you who are Roman Catholics here can attest to that. We don't eat meat during Lent. There was a reason. In recent times, it has been found that it is naturally not the ghost of humans in beans that was causing that disease at that time, but rather it was simply a symptom of glucose and phosphate deficiency. And so now we have treatments for all that, and therefore fava beans is a favorite food for the people of the Mediterranean region, eaten very much in Egypt and all those places. But one important thing that we have learned from those philosophers is that, particularly Socrates, Aristotle, and Plato, they thought that it was essential to take care of the body by eating right and getting exercise to show self-control and discipline. If you are not eating right, then you are not showing self-control. If you just jump about eating anything, then you have no self-control. They presented to us a big lesson. If during those faraway times, so many hundreds of years before our Lord Jesus was born, people knew what to step away from because they want to be healthy, why not us today, if we know that red meat is a danger to our lives? So now let us now respond to the question whether red meat is the true guilty agent for non-communicable diseases that have become a bane on our backs today. It has been proven scientifically that diets high in red and processed meat have been associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancer, particularly colorectal cancer, obesity, and other related ailments. Secondly, the International Agency for Cancer Research classified red meat and processed meat as probably carcinogenic. They can cause cancer. It's also proven that consumption of red meat and even seafood is also associated with high levels of uric acid in the blood, leading to gout and kidney stones. Finally, some types of meat are high in saturated fat, which can raise blood cholesterol levels if eaten in excess. So you see the need for the call to cut it down. One Stephen Hu, a cardiologist from the US, also proved that cooking red meat or even poultry and fish at high temperatures can generate hydrocarbons that are carcinogenic and have been linked to stomach ulcer. This type of cooking occurs when you grill steak or meat or even fish to the point that it develops the black char on the meat. That char may become carcinogenic. And in fact, that is the type that we love. When it is grilled black char or meat like that, that goes very well with wine, the red wine. That's what we love, particularly the ones who claim they are the toughest ones. That is what they like. But that is also of great danger to our lives. Harvard University School of Public Health in 2022 further proved that one daily serving of unprocessed red meat, about the size of a deck of cards, was associated with a 13% increased risk of death from cardiovascular disease or cancer. They further proved that one daily serving of processed red meat that is 1 hot dog or 2 slices of bacon, was associated with a 20% increased risk of death from cardiovascular diseases or cancer. Here it is that the scientists have exposed the danger to us. So when you go on jumping on this and enjoying it without ceasing, the man in the green shirt's attitude of holding his chest with his heart paining is what you will experience. Coming to the environment, Madam Prof has already told us a lot, but in 2013, P.J. Gerber proved that globally, nearly 15% of greenhouse gas emissions are due to the production of meat, dairy, and eggs. And a large percentage is attributable to methane emissions from ruminant animals, including cows, sheep, and goats. Now take a look at this beautiful picture. The American Environmental Protection Agency in 2020 did a study and came out with this. Interesting. Before you arrive at 1 kilo of the meat of sheep, lamb, you will have created almost 39 kilograms of CO2. And in the case of cows, before you arrive at 1 kilo of beef, you will have created 27 kilos of CO2. And with chicken, only 6.9 kilos of CO2. And egg, 4.8 kilos of CO2. But take tomatoes, our favorite vegetable and fruit, only 1 kilo of CO2. In fact, they also proved that when a family decides not to eat meat 1 day in a week, it will be equal to not driving your car and releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere for 3 months. The production of that kilogram of meat, beef or lamb and so on goes down not to only the day that the animal was killed and 1 kilo was extracted. It goes down to the point where the animal started creeping along, started being bred, being washed, being fed, and releasing its waste, which then leads to the creation of the methane gases and so on. So this is where we are saying that if you eat less of these types of meat, then you will be helping yourself as a human, and you also be helping the environment. In fact, King Charles IV is a great supporter of Meatless Monday. And he said in 2021, during the Climate Change Conference, COP 2026, in London, he said, "For years, I haven't eaten meat and fish on 2 days in a week, and I don't eat dairy products on Mondays. On Mondays, no dairy milk or cheese or anything like that is served at his table." And he said, if you all did that, you will reduce a lot of the pressure on the environment and everything else. But why Monday for Meatless Monday? Like many other societies in Ghana, Mondays are significant for us as the start of the week. A day for planning our lives, a day for planning work for the office, when we have our planning meetings in our offices with our staffs, a day we set the week. And without any biological or planetary cycle explanations, however, it has been noted that negative health outcomes, such as heart attacks and strokes, have been found to happen more frequently on Mondays. This was realized by the Healthy Monday research team in 2021. They found that a lot of these things happen on Mondays as people try to transition from the rest and all the things that they did during the weekend into the normal world of work again on Mondays. That is why some people try to, even at weekends, try to do something to start putting themselves into the work mood. Otherwise, on Monday mornings, you get confused and strokes can happen. In fact, we've made presentations to churches, and congregation members raise up their hands and say, Master, what you are saying is very true. My so-and-so had a stroke on Monday. Another one had a stroke on Mondays, and so on. And I could see some few also nodding their heads to that effect. So, we have chosen Mondays, but it doesn't mean you should necessarily stick to Monday. You can take Monday, and you can even add more days as you do the practice and find it very useful to your life. So Monday, we say, must be the right choice for us. There are other campaigns, Monday campaigns going on now over the world. We have what we also call Distress Monday, when some certain types of exercises have been prescribed for you to do on Mondays in order to cut down stress. Then we have Move It Monday for people who sit in offices the whole week without going out. You have Monday special exercises, breathing exercises, and all that you will have to do in order to keep yourself in shape. Then we have Quit It and Stay Quit Monday. This is for our friends, the smokers, who want to stop smoking. They have certain exercises. So Meatless Monday belongs to the class of groups we call the Monday campaigns. Now the critical question is whether Meatless Monday is needed for us in Ghana. Is it simply because the Americans are doing it, the British are doing it, the Argentinians, the Brazilians, or even Togo, the Togolese are doing it, so Ghana should also do it? No, that is not the case. But is Meatless Monday needed in Ghana? A big red yes. Meatless Monday is certainly needed because the growth or the rate at which non-communicable diseases are spreading in Ghana is very much alarming. It's very much alarming. But why do we need it? One, rapid urbanization with increasing growth in populations, especially the growing affluent middle class. With the growing affluent middle class comes the demand for more meat. If you are not eating meat, then you are not in that middle class. In fact, the urbanization has led to a change in our eating patterns when Ghanaians have moved from occasional eat meaters to a more regular and excessive consumption of meat and meat products with the health risks. This is why we need to accept that Ghana needs to be in the Meatless Monday team. Let's have another group of examples. We are saying that growing meat consumption equals stronger meat industry, and that finally contributes to more non-communicable diseases. I have 3 countries here, Ghana, Kenya, and Rwanda. We all have the meat. The beef, the pork, the chicken, and all that are common to all of us. And in Ghana, it is projected that between 2024 and 2029, the meat industry is going to grow by 9.33%. In fact, in Kenya, the meat industry contributes 24.9% to GDP. And the interesting one is happening in Rwanda. You know, Rwanda is a very fast developing country after the troubles of genocide and so on that went on over there. Everybody wants to move into the middle class, the affluent middle class. And in order to be there, you must be eating pork. And as a result, in Rwanda, in these few years, the herd of pork, of pigs in that country has grown by 76%. And if we are not careful, in the next few years to come, non-communicable diseases will become the order of the day in that country. So we are there. Unfortunately, well, in Kenya and Rwanda, they eat a lot of vegetables. But what about us? Fruits and vegetables consumption is an important source of nutrients for healthy growth and development, as well as protective factor against non-communicable diseases. In fact, scientists have proven that consuming vegetables and fruits in acceptable quantities, minimum 400 grams per day, has been found to prevent non-communicable diseases such as heart diseases, obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, and gastrointestinal infections. If you are eating fruits quite regularly, this is what you will gain from it. But let's see where we are in Ghana in terms of fruit. If we cut down meat, that will not be enough, but we should eat more fruits. But look at us. Less than 5% of Ghanaian adults consume adequate amounts of fruit and vegetables. This has been found in the 2014 Demographic Health Survey and confirmed by the National Policy on Non-Communicable Disease published in 2022 by the Ghana Health Service. For us young people, even though our adults are guilty, we are following them. The young people are following us, the old ones. In 2021, a study by researchers from our own Cape Coast University, College of Public Health, the University of Queensland in Australia, Faculty of Psychology and Sports Science, Bielefeld University in Germany, and the Ghana Education Service conducted a study in 2021. And the study proved that when you compare Ghana to other countries, we are zero. Relatively, our young people are very low in the consumption of fruits and vegetables. 27% of our youth consume vegetables and fruits, compared to South Africa, 68%, Uganda, 87.8%, Nigeria, 73%, even Nigeria close by us here. We are all in West Africa. And Kenya, the champion vegetable eaters, 94%. So that helps them to fight the adverse effects of excessive eating of meat. So if you even cut down meat, you need to add more vegetables and fruits and nuts, whole grains, and so on. And that will make you live a healthier life, especially during work and more so after work. When you retire and become like me, you need to do that. In fact, in 2024, there is what we call the WHO stepwise approach. This is an assessment that is done by the Ghana Health Service annually. And that confirmed the earlier studies done that majority of the population of Ghana, 76%, consume fewer than 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day on average, and therefore do not meet the WHO recommendation of 5 servings. So there we are again. So those of us who are only interested in drinking the akrantie soup and the goat meat soup and so on, without calling for the green vegetables, we should be watching this. Unhealthy diets characterized by low intake of fruits and vegetables and high consumption of processed foods are increasingly contributing to non-communicable diseases in Ghana. In fact, in a recent meeting with the Director of Clinical Studies of the Ghana Health Service, he stated that the records that they are receiving from all health facilities in the country about young people contracting stroke is becoming alarming. Young people getting into the... Previously, we used to think stroke, hypertension, and all that was for older people, but our young people are now having it, and a lot of it is due to poor eating. But the question is whether we don't have any of these fruits, and we have the fruits. The coconuts, the mangoes, the aligui-tigui, the soursop, and the oranges, the bananas, the pears, and so on, the pawpaw, they are all there. The nuts, they are there. But only that the nuts are becoming more and more expensive. Even though we are producing them, the nuts are becoming expensive. We should start making noise about about that. The cashew which is being produced, brown and half of plenty of it, and so on and so forth, is becoming, they put just a few drops into a small bottle, and it's 25 cedis, and so on. You can bear with me that we should start making noise about that. The groundnuts, they are great. They are there too. Now, what about the green leafy vegetable meals? We have them. Look at the what do you call it? Kodomre. It's there. We have the ebonombono. We have them. My favorite okra soup and akmala is also there. The tozavi from the north. In fact, it's becoming even very popular even along the southern part of the country. These are all there, but how much do we patronize them? And so on. And then with the beans-based meals, just last week, Monday, we celebrated World Beans Day. And we showcased Ghanaian beans all over the world. So we have them. The kose, as a small child told you, he takes kose and so on. And then the popular rice and beans, wache is there, the yokegari, the what do you call it, gobe, and the rest of them. They are all the bambara beans. These bambara beans is even becoming extinct. You don't see it as commonly prepared, but these are rich Ghanaian meals that can provide you the plant-based protein that you need instead of the excessive demand for animal-based protein. So what are the 7 benefits of practicing Meatless Monday? We are saying that when you practice Meatless Monday, it will help you to reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. We have some testimonies from, you've heard of the Terminator man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he was acting those films, he used to eat a lot of meat, red meat, in order to build his muscles. He used to eat a lot of it. But after that, his heart started telling him, you are in trouble. He started having serious heart problems. And so he reduced his meat intake by 3/4 and gained improvement in his health, as confirmed by his doctor. And he said, since eating more vegetables and plant-based foods, my heart doctor said my arteries have stopped narrowing. So how have I given up something? I gained my health. It gave me an extra 2 years. Don't you want the extra 2 years? I want it, the extra 2 years. So take to the plant-based foods and you will get the extra 2 years that you want. A testimony from Israel says, we knew we loved Arnold Schwarzenegger, but after we found out he eats mostly plant-based protein to maintain his muscles, we love him even more. So that is for you over there. We've also heard that you lower your risk of cancer if you drop red meat and put in more vegetables and fruits. Diabetes is another serious one which is spreading like wildfire, and we have been told that diets low in processed meat and high in plant-based foods may reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, particularly okra and fruits of that type. Because they have high fiber, they are able to help you support your diabetes situation and maintain a healthy weight through a well-balanced diet, which is a key factor in preventing type 2 diabetes. Now look at this image. Do you want to be green? Look at the lady in green in the middle over there. Do you want to be green? Do you want to be yellow? Do you want to be brown? Or you want to be red? This is a choice for you. And you can only pick the green and the yellow, which are the best forms, if you break away from more meat and bring on board more vegetables, fruits, nuts, and legumes. Going green on Mondays may help you maintain a healthy weight. It may even help you to save a little more money because vegetables, they have their own problems, particularly in the case of production, where in Accra in particular, we have been hearing talks about people producing the vegetables with dirty water from gutters. That is another level of a fight we have to fight. But that does not take away the fact that vegetables are good for our health. And of course, cutting down the meat might help you save a few coins. But the cardiologist Stephen Hu again said in 2020, having children eat red meat in moderation helps them develop healthy eating habits that will stick with them throughout their lives. So those of us who have children, we need to start breaking the meat pattern in our families right now with the children so that they don't run the risk of the non-communicable diseases that some of us are suffering from today. And then the reduction in carbon footprints, Madam Prof has said a lot about that already, so we need to, because the large tracts of land that are allocated for for cattle ranches and so on. In fact, this is more a problem for the South Americans, the Australians, the New Zealanders, the Argentinians, the Venezuelans, because they have such large tracts of land. But as Madam said, when you emit the dangerous gases here, it doesn't mean that it is you who are going to be the sufferers. The effect may be on some other countries somewhere else. The atmospheric movement takes it to other places. So let us look at our conclusion by saying what are the activities that we will be performing with Meatless Monday here at KNUST. We are hoping that at the beginning of each academic year, when orientation seminars are held for our first year students, it should be possible for us to bring on board the subject of healthy eating. It should be a subject for these young ones when they come to the university, so that they start breaking away gradually from the fast foods, the junk foods, the sodas, and so on. Buy a piece of banana and get more potassium for your brain instead of going in for the sodas, the soft drinks, and so on and so forth. These are issues that we should have the specialists, the dietitians, and so on talk to our young people about when they first enter the university. Then we are providing some materials, digital flyers and short videos, which we hope that can be shown regularly on LED TVs in the various halls and other places where people gather. Then, once in a year, we should support food fairs where plant-based foods will be displayed during one of the celebrations on campus, either on SRC Day or GRASAC Week or SRC Week. We could bring on board our companions from the Chefs Association of Ghana and other nutritionists around to hold food fairs on campus and let our students and all members of the university community see the usefulness and practicality of having plant-based foods and enjoying them. Radio talk shows, I'm sure Focus Radio is here. We are hoping that we should regularly have radio talk shows and encourage our students to listen to them. And some of the topics that we're proposing to be treated include the non-communicable diseases situation in Ghana today. To what extent are young people at risk? This discussion will inform them and guide them on better health eating habits. Then preventing non-communicable diseases through the practice of Meatless Monday. How do you do that? It will be possible for us to travel down to Kumasi to support such discussions when it is organized by the coordination team. Then how excessive consumption of red meat and processed meat products harm us and the health of our environment. Here, we have the experts around, and we should be able to address that also on radio, focus radio for our students. Plant-based eating and its benefits for healthy living, and the local Ghanaian meals and their health benefits. This should be brought on board. In fact, when we start preaching the Meatless Monday message to private sector companies like Valco, Tullow Oil, Toyota Motors, and to churches in Accra, we started the whole thing in Accra. The question they were asking was, if we don't eat meat on a certain day of the week, then what is there for us? So that compelled us to compile this book, Meatless Monday Meals Guide for Ghana. And it has in it all the various types of meals, Ghanaians, common to us in Ghana, that are meatless, that we can always choose from. And I promise that everyone that is here this morning will have a copy of this book to take home. In conclusion, we are saying that non-communicable diseases affecting not only the elderly but also the young and most especially sedentary workers in urban communities due to our eating habits and lifestyles, increasing an exorbitant cost of medication for the treatment of NCDs, especially heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. With these conditions now around the country, let me give you an example. There is a popular diabetes medication called Galvus-Met. Galvus-Met, a year ago, used to cost about 84 cedis per pack. It's now 600 cedis per pack. And that is how expensive these medications are today. Do you want to have that situation when you are retired, spend all your retirement on medication without enjoying that life, all your struggles a little bit? We are saying that we have no choice but to promote healthy eating for the prevention of non-communicable diseases among the workers and their families, to guarantee a pain-free work time and after-work life. Let me end with this statement from Socrates, the 4th century Greek philosopher. He was once asked, what is your eating habit? And his response is what I want all of us to take away this morning. He said, some men live to eat and drink, but I, Socrates, I eat and drink in order to live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Can we do it some more for Mr. Fiagbe? That was a very insightful presentation. Today we've had a bit of everything. We've done history, we've done environmental science, some health science and chemistry as well. But I'm very glad that today we don't have a ban on the consumption of beans, because just imagine a week without the life-saving gobe. So I'm very hopeful that we will all leave today's event with a renewed mindset and also that will that we need to take on this charge. Before we continue, we would want to have 5 minutes for questions and answers as well. And also, anybody who wants to make any contribution to the presentation Mr. Fiagbe has done so far. 5 minutes, please.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Gilbert Kongwe Lango. Thank you for the presentation. My issue is because of poverty, sometimes it looks like we eat what we get. The second part is, look at our environment now, which is destroyed by galamsey, another say, so you even mentioned some part of Accra where dirty water is used to cultivate some of these vegetables and others. As for the fruit and nuts, I think it's better. This should involve maybe some stakeholder engagement, like the government and other Ministry of Agriculture. I don't know what your NGO is doing about that, because some of the vegetables that come, we are not very sure of the source, how do we produce it. So most of the times, you find it difficult purchasing some of them to consume. I don't know what your organization is doing about that. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you very much for the question. I'm very happy that you are also concerned with the issue as we are thinking about it. Our organization does not work in isolation, taking away the government and various institutions that are concerned. In fact, we are moving on to build coalitions of a strong partnership of related organizations. The Ghana Health Service Health Promotion Division is a key partner for us in delivering this activity. And the Non-Communicable Diseases Control Program, headed by Dr. Kome, these are all partners. In fact, the directors of these two institutions are resource persons to Meatless Monday. We are now thinking about engaging the Ministry of Health itself through the President's office so that this can become a national issue and taken on by a specially created national program. In fact, Ghana already has a program like that. During the President Kufuor regime, when Major Kwashigan was the Minister of Health, he started a program for healthy eating and even sponsored some people to Israel to go and learn how the whole thing is done and so on. That division still remains at the Ghana Health Service, but excuse me to say, has become somehow dormant. It is our hope that we will support the Ghana Health Service to revive such activities, particularly for the promotion of the consumption of vegetables and fruits and so on and so forth. The issue of the vegetable production using the raw means, and even in the case of people from the mining areas where the land is being polluted, is the Environmental Protection Agency is also a part of our group. In fact, we have a representative from the EPA who is a resource person on our team. So we are working together with all these stakeholders so that the program can one day become a recognized activity. But the important thing is that you as an individual should make it a family responsibility, a family program, so that if your family does it, mine does it, his does it, hers does it, then together we are creating an NCD-free society. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation. And I just also want to add that NCD is a menace that we are facing in this country. And as you rightly said, it's a problem we are also seeing in young people. You know, before I joined the university, I worked at Kolebu Teaching Hospital as a dietitian at the medical department. So I was part of the team that started the stroke unit there at the time. So we used to observe young people coming with a stroke. I remember a 27-year-old gentleman who came with a stroke, and he was an IT person, a very busy person, yeah, eating out, etc. So yes, this is a problem, and it's good that we are starting this initiative in the university, because this is where the young people are initiated into the fast life. On campus, they are busy, lectures here and there, so of course they resort to fast food, and then they carry that on, after their university education. So it's really necessary. And also a bit about the environmental impact. Now, Ghana is also grappling with the menace of illegal mining and degrading the the forest reserves that act like the carbon, that soaks the carbon. So we are clearing these reserves that retain the carbon. So then this initiative becomes very imperative. We need to limit the carbon that we are emitting because, hey, we don't really have enough green, vegetation to soak the carbon. Okay. And then another maybe a suggestion. I'm a member of the governing board for the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the professional body for dietitians and nutritionists in Ghana. So I don't know if you have reached out to the body yet. It would be very good to get in touch so that we can partner to push this agenda forward. And also this year we are having our conference in July. So it would be good if you can also collaborate, in that regard. And also on the activities on campus, amongst the activities that were mentioned, I want to mention that there's also the KNUST Food Festival. In fact, we had it on last week Friday, so it's done annually. So on such occasion too, we can also have some of these activities in there. And then lastly, also maybe going forward, if we really want this to also be part of the lifestyle of our society, then it's good to start early. So I'm thinking about children. Okay. So for instance, I have some 2 kids, and my wife is also a dietitian, so we decided that we're not going to introduce them to meat, salt, sugar before they reach 2. So it was vegetables. And so when you serve them food, young kids, they will pick the vegetables and leave out the meat and other things. So sometimes people get amazed. So the import of that is that if we target young people, children, and then all through the life cycle, then it really becomes something that will be sustainable for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have become the Dr. Who of Ghana, Dr. Stephen Who. That's great. In fact, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, they are a member of the Meatless Monday Resource Group. We have one member from the from the Academy who joins us in our meetings and discussions and so on. Your recommendation of the food fair thing, Saul, you've noted that down. We will, is it July or June? We will, whatever the time is, we will surely...
Mr. Faber, I think that will be the task of the team that will be inaugurated today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. So the team, have it noted, and we will join you to celebrate that day. Yeah, thank you very much. Very useful contributions. Thank you.
Thank you all very much for indulging us. Before we proceed with the program outline, I would like us all to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Victoria de Graft AJ, who is the head of the KNUST-TEK Counseling Center. Again, in the course of the program, we're joined by the SRC president of KNUST, who is in the person of Master K. Nana Francis. Next on the program outline today, we are going to have the inauguration of the KNUST Meatless Monday coordinating team that is going to be done by our own mother, who is also the incoming special resource person for Meatless Monday, Professor Marian Asantua Cancer. Let us welcome her as we do the inauguration of the coordinating team.
Thank you very much. It's noon. Good noon to you all. This morning, I am very happy to be performing this task because the team that has been put together are going to be the vehicle on which this Meatless Monday agenda will ride to all the corners of our university. So I have the singular honor of introducing Prof. Akuto Yaomari Sesu, the chair, to come ably supported by Mr. Rabbi Darko, the coordinator and secretary of the team, and our student reps, Mr. Simon Opon Keja, representing the SRC. Is he here? Okay. And Ms. Jessica Miller, representing Grasag. Okay. So the team will be resourced with all the materials and literature that they need, videos that they need to embark on this journey of educating our university community or reminding us of what we already know about healthy eating and then reducing the number of times we take meat as much as possible. I think that's the very crux of this conversation. Reduce the intake of meat so you can live healthier. And so on this note, I'd like to say thank you for accepting to be part of this team so you can work. This is voluntary. No one gets paid for this. Purely voluntary for accepting to do this on behalf of the university community so that all of us can live healthy. So on this note, the team is duly inaugurated. Please come so we take a picture in commemoration.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much, Mr. Fiagbe, and also thank you very much to the members of the coordinating team. As part of the program, we are going to have another video interlude, which is going to be the second one for today. And the title of the video is Flex, You See What I'm Saying. So we will go on a very quick break where I'm going through the video.
Nowadays, nowhere cool, so it could be some way if I don't take my health seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's why every Monday be meatless for me. You know what I'm saying? All I need to say, I get my gankenke with fish and some vegetables within the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? On days where the gankenke seller no come, they make sure I get my bolo, with fish and some green and red pepper, and not forgetting the vegetables within the perimeter and some fruits. You know what I'm saying? Eating too much red meat or processed meat can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney stones, gout, obesity, and other health-related diseases. Stay away from red meat at least one day in a week for a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? Look sharp. Make you try consume more plant-based foods like vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, and nuts for a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? Make you join me. Make we make this Meatless Monday possible. You know what I'm saying? Join the Meatless Monday movement. Save your life, save the environment. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so on this note, I also tell you, is I'm saying, let us all take a moment, look at your neighbor sitting beside you and ask him if the person is seeing what you're saying. So next on the outline, we are going to have presentation of the Meatless Monday SBCC materials to the chairman of the KNUST Meatless Monday coordinating team. And it's going to be between the CIC Executive Director, who happens to be Mr. Emmanuel Fiagbe. So we would have the coordinating team chairperson and Mr. Fiagbe doing the presentation.
director yesterday, she said, Kitty wa bien swa. Is that not it? Yes, that's right. We don't have thousands to provide this morning, but these social and behavior change communication materials will be a start of the beginning of the education process for young people. For now, we want to start with what we call silent education. You will not be talking about it, but it's good enough that we have a very high literate community. And therefore, as they see the posters that knock at their faces every morning, to be reminding them of the right thing to do. So we have a few posters to be pasted at some vantage points. And we also have some reminder cards, as well as information leaflets, and then the guide to local Ghanaian meals, which at least those here today will receive copies. And then you have enough copies that will be kept at the director's office, and then the counseling unit for those who come for counseling are given copies of these materials. We also have this pull-up. This pull-up, how many are in this? 3? 5. There are 5 of them here to be placed at vantage points at the university clinic, the counseling unit, the welfare unit, and all those places that people come. Yes. So all these are available. Don't worry that you do not have a KNUST logo on these materials for now. You will have them. For now, because we are doing an experimental thing. In fact, nobody will tell me that KNUST has accepted this program. I've seen it. I've seen it. It has been accepted. And for that matter, the next batch of materials, we will start having them branded with KNUST logo also, so that we can have true ownership claim by KNUST also. We also have those videos. You have them all on these, what do you call them, diskettes, and it will be given out to you. And then you can play them on various places where you have the LED and other television equipments. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure as a Communication Initiatives for Change, a sister organization to Johns Hopkins University, and working with the Center for Livable Future, we are pleased to present to you these materials. So we plead that you receive them on behalf of KNUST. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the coordinating team, I received the materials and all the items you've presented. And I want to pledge that we will make good use of the materials and we will disseminate the information as much as possible so that Ghana and the whole world will be a better place for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. At this point, we'll take a remark from the SRC president. So let us all welcome him as he gives us his remark on today's event.
Good afternoon. It is a good day, and today is a wonderful day. I think about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, I passed by the Directorate of Student Affairs, and I met Mr. Rabbi and Prof. Then they spoke to me about this initiative, that is the Meatless Monday initiative. And then quickly, I signed up because, I've been following Med on Instagram, and they talk about why we should be abstaining from red meat, like Prof said, and I think it was a good initiative. And so today, if I am here, permit me to give a very short and brief speech on behalf of the Student Representative Council. In the presence of Professor, our mother, the Director of Student Affairs, Mariam Asantuan Kansa, distinguished guests, student leaders, and the inducted and leaders of the Meatless Monday Global. As SLC President, at first glance, the idea is simple. 1 day a week, we set aside meat. But in that simplicity lies an invitation to reflect on the choices we make every day. Not just for ourselves, but for our community and our environment and our university at large. We are a university that believes in progress, innovation, and in leading by example. Meatless Monday actually aligns beautifully with those values. It's not about imposing limitations. It's about embracing a healthier and more sustainable way of living. By choosing to abstain from meat, even for just 1 day a week, we recognize that our personal well-being and the well-being of our planet are deeply interconnected. This initiative is more than a dietary suggestion. It is a statement that we, as a community, care about our health, our environment, and the ethical implications of our consumption. By participating, we are acknowledging the meaningful change often starts with small and international acts. Mindful consumption of meat isn't about deprivation, it's about control, recognizing that how we eat meat impacts our health, environment, and our future. By choosing the moderation, we empower ourselves to live a more sustainable and compassionately without losing sight of balance and nourishment. Of course, change can be uncomfortable at first, but universities are not places for comfort. They are places for growth, for critical thinking, and for challenging the status quo. If we can't lead by making thoughtful, conscious choices here, then where can we make those choices? Let's make it more than a habit. Let's make it a reflection of who we are and the values we stand for. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing how we together can create a healthier, stronger, and a more sustainable campus with you, by you, and for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We will take our third video interlude, which is titled Wache and Vegetable Comic. I hope that's also an interesting one.
Hey, Ojo, what's up? Today no meeting about watching. You pa, why you broke?
No, I am not broke. I am simply pulling a small break on my everyday meat consumption for a healthier lifestyle. I am going meatless once a week. Mondays!
Meatless Monday! Meatless Monday?
Yes. It is a healthy lifestyle initiative which promotes reduced meat consumption for good health.
Meat? Is it bad to eat a lot of meat?
Yes. See, unfortunately, eating a lot of meat increases your cholesterol level, which predisposes you to heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, stroke, gout, and certain cancers. eating more vegetables and fruits boosts your body's ability to fight diseases and reduces your risk of developing severe forms of these diseases.
Sir, Mama, sir, me, I'm not ready to become a vegetarian. You heard I love my meat.
No, Fosu, you don't need to become a vegetarian. Just skip meat on Mondays and watch how your fitness level shoots up. Not be small, oh. Meatless Monday is not an attempt to convert people into vegetarians, but to keep you healthy through reduced meat consumption. We are all switching to more fruits and vegetables now.
Jack, since my husband started eating more fruits and vegetables, fitness be what? He is now a healthier, happier man for me and the family.
Well,
You're considering the fact that vegetables and fruits are not only sumptuous, but very good for the body, like boosting your immune system, maintaining a healthy weight, lowering your blood cholesterol and the risk of heart diseases, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. You can't go wrong with Meatless Monday.
Oh, yes. Auntie Aisha, change of plans. Yay!
Meatless Monday.
Go meatless on Monday. If you miss Monday for any reason, try any other day.
It is my hope that from today we are all going to hit the cause of vegetables. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are at the near end of the event, permit me to use this opportunity to thank God Almighty for giving us a very successful program. I'll go on to thank Professor Marianne Nkansa also for gracing this occasion. I'll thank Mr. Emmanuel Fiagbe, who is the Executive Director of CIC Ghana. I would also want to thank all the members of the CIC, the KNUST coordinating team. I also want to thank each and every one of you for turning up today and making this event a very good one. We are going to take a closing prayer, just like we did when we were beginning the program. So, Mrs. Victoria DeGraft Ejay, who is the head of the KNUST Counseling Center, is going to give us a closing prayer.
Hello.
Please, before she does that, I would want to let all of us know that right after the event, we are going to take pictures outside, so we can all proceed outside to take pictures after the.
Please, shall we rise to take that? We pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, we thank you so much for today. Your word says that for lack of knowledge, my people perish. And so we are grateful that you've given us today, granting us the opportunity to have knowledge, to survive, and to continue the good work you have given us to do in this world. We pray, O God, that you grant us the strength, the wisdom to go through this Meatless Monday program. Help us, O God, as individuals, so we can also be able to help others. And together, the world will be a better place. We pray this and many blessings through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please let us all proceed outside and take the pictures. Thank you. Okay, so I am reliably informed that we can also hang around for a while because we have lunch on the way coming for us as well. Kindly hold on for your books as well. The books as well.